if you woke up with the inability to communicate? What would you do? How would you communicate your needs or get your needs met? How would you feel if you knew that the only way you communicated was not something everyone else knew, making your ability to achieve these things that much harder? Well, this is a reality for many Americans on a daily basis. American Sign Language is a communication tool used by many different individuals, but not very many people in these individuals' communities know how to reciprocate American Sign Language. It is my hope today that you see teaching American Sign Language as a second language can help alleviate the disconnection between these two different populations. In the 1980s, it was estimated that approximately 250 to 500,000 Americans used American Sign Language as their communication tool. This number has only increased over time, but it is still hard to ascertain the true number of individuals that use American Sign Language related to the fact that the U.S. Census survey does not ask if American Sign Language is used in the home. Therefore, we are not obtaining the information needed to help discover which communities are utilizing American Sign Language and which ones are not. It was once believed that deafness was a form of mental retardation. However, the loss of speech was not. This really meant that deafness was a matter of public health and social welfare. An example of this was found in a paper written in 1968 by two men named Evan and Hampton. In this paper, they stated that the worst area of delay in an individual with Down syndrome was language, and that they lagged behind in what was called MA matched controls in language by as much as 50%. However, in a study conducted in 1977, it was discovered that a child with organic brain damage experienced an even greater language barrier. With proper case studies, we hold the ability to discover the best way to teach the individuals a communication tool, whether this is spoken word or American Sign Language. So what is the best way to incorporate American Sign Language within our communities and tools? American Sign Language is in fact a true language. American Sign Language contains the same ability to encode symbolic grammatical elements just as any other language. Therefore, it should be offered as a second language just as English, French, or Spanish. By doing so, we can prove that teaching American Sign Language as a second language can benefit communities across America. George W. Veditz once said in his speech entitled, "The Preservation of Sign Language, as long as we have deaf people, we will have sign language." It is my hope that after hearing my speech, you begin to feel that American Sign Language should be taught in more schools across the country. I have taught you that American Sign Language needs better monitoring by the U.S. Census in order to see where more instruction is needed. I have taught you that American Sign Language is in fact a true language, and I have provided my belief that American Sign Language should be incorporated in school curriculums across as a second language option. It is my firm belief that it is a human right to be allowed to communicate with our peers, regardless of the form of communication formerly used. It is imperative that we learn to embody the needs of those around us. With these thoughtful actions, together we can strengthen our communities and in turn our children for futures to come. And that's it. Oh, I forgot to scroll down once. There's one more slide.